Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another episode podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. And ladies and gentlemen, we're here to celebrate some Victory Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you all for being here in the chat. We do got some breaking news to obviously dive into today before obviously we get to our celebrations and, having a good time here on this beautiful Monday. We're not used to it, so we got to go ahead and take advantage when we absolutely can. Let me give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the video, BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on your next two. Now, that is going to be up to $2,000 using promo code YouTube150. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get to the breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot to dive into today. Cue the sound. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started here. We got a couple different things to dive into. One of them being okay news, but the other one being a little bit more obviously has to do with the Arizona Cardinals team. But let's go ahead and talk about what everybody on X/Twitter, like, this is trending right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is trending. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. If you guys do not know, Kyler Murray, obviously always in conversation with the jokes of Call of Duty. And now he ends up putting something here on X and Twitter that he is officially launching Call of Duty partnership. So he ended up putting this on Twitter. He says, "To all the trolls who meme me into a bag, thank you. I'm officially launching my Call of Duty partnership." And of course, if you look at the comments below, a lot of people are talking about, here's the downfall, right? Here's the downfall of the Cardinals. They're not going to win another game because obviously the jokes and stuff like that. What are your guys' thoughts on Kyler Murray signing a partnership with Call of Duty? Like I said, this part of the news is not really that big of a deal. I don't personally care. Just win. Like that's all I care about, right? I'm a Cardinals fan through and through. Get your bag. That's all that really matters. I mean, just get your bag. That's fine. But as long as you win, I can really truly care. I don't really care. I don't really care. Congratulations, Kyler Murray, on that. But here's the bigger news, ladies and gentlemen. Bigger news that has to do with the Arizona Cardinals as a team. If you guys did not see the updates here, Mike Garafolo, I saw reported it first. I ended up putting it on my X/Twitter and also on my Instagram, and I put it on the community post here as well. But definitely terrible news. Terrible news for the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Garafolo comes out and reports that guard Will Hernandez suffered a season-ending knee injury in the win over the 49ers. Sources say it's a blow for the Arizona Cardinals line as the former second-round pick of the Giants was having a career year this season. I don't really know how to... It's what the trenches have been very, very... we have not had very good luck. Cardinal fans, and I know you guys can attest to this as well. We have not had very good luck with the trenches. The right tackle has been a very, very big sore spot for the Cardinals, the right tackle specifically. Obviously, we have a lot of people going in and out with Kelvin Beachum, Charlie Heck, because Jonah Williams ended up going down. And now to hear that our right guard, Will Hernandez, is going through a season-ending injury, it's another gut punch. It really is. And that's also not to mention the edge position, right? We had a lot of players go down on the defensive side. Well, I guess maybe not just the edge. Let me re-clarify. Our defensive line, the trenches in general, defensive line in the right tackle position. We're just getting so much injuries left and right. And it's almost not fair. I want to just turn off the injury mode here on Madden because it seems like we're just every week we're dealing with something. Will Hernandez is done for the season per this Mike Garafolo reports. Very unfortunate. We haven't got any news about Darius Robinson yet. I'm only assuming, obviously, as the week goes on, we'll probably get a little bit more information on if Darius Robinson's window is going to open up, his 21-day window. And if he starts practicing, obviously, that's a step in the right direction for the Arizona Cardinals. We'll have to kind of wait and see how that all shakes out, though, because we don't know, right? Just because he's activated and practicing doesn't mean he's necessarily going to be available for the Cardinals. But yeah, terrible news, terrible news. I'm curious to figure out what the Cardinals are going to do. They could potentially use John Gaines the second. They could potentially use Tristan Colon. Right now, if you're looking at the depth chart for the Cardinals, it's probably going to be Tristan Colon, but we all know that John Gaines the second, he can also play guard as well. He plays center. He plays guard. He was a former 4th-round pick last year, so maybe we can use that 4th-round pick to help out Kelvin Beachum on the right side of the line, because it's a big blow. It really is a really, really big blow. A couple people in the chat. We got my guy Agent on the chat says Isaiah Adams needs to step up. Isaiah Adams has been dealing with a lot of injuries himself. A lot of those 3rd-round picks that we got this year, Isaiah Adams, Trey Benson, and then Tip Ryman were the 3 3rd-round picks for the Cardinals. Trey Benson has not given us a lot of production, but that's because he's not the number 1 running back, right? It's James Conner. Isaiah Adams has been very, very underwhelming, and it's not his fault. He's dealing with a lot of injuries, but he has been not looking very good. And then Tip Ryman, we've seen a good dosage of Tip Ryman because obviously a blocking body is a good body on this team. You never know. So, we're going to the ringer. We're going to the ringer. We got my guy Gustavo in the chat says, bro, Will Hernandez, sad face. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Chris F says, what's up, Mike, and all Cardinals fans? Victory Mondays are truly amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I wanted to make sure I get all the news out of the way. So if you guys are just joining in here, Will Hernandez being done for the season is very unfortunate. And then obviously the news of Kyler Murray signing a partner deal with Call of Duty for what it's worth. If you guys care, these are the big breaking news that dropped earlier this morning. But we're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate some Victory Monday, and I do want to see if we can open up the phone lines a little bit later in the stream to kind of obviously get your guys' take and how you guys feel about the Arizona Cardinals, obviously upsetting the San Francisco 49ers, which I'm already kind of jumping into a lot of different streams for some 49er content creators, and there's a lot of them out there, ladies, and there's a lot of 49er content creators. I've already saw 5 different ones, and there's a lot of other little ones out there as well, so the fan base and the content creators of the 49ers have a lot to talk about because of obviously blowing another 10-point lead. But we're here on the other side of the coin, and we're just celebrating. We're celebrating a great win for the Arizona Cardinals. And yeah, we don't get these very often. So let's celebrate while we can. Let's go and talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals absolutely upsetting the San Francisco 49ers. And I did release a video probably about an hour ago saying, did we break the 49ers? Obviously, I don't think we broke the 49ers, but I do think there's a lot of questions being in place for the 49ers. We already have multiple people, and I'm talking about multiple content creators. We're even seeing some media outlets out there saying that Kyle Shanahan needs to fix this, or this is his last year. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's cool to see the implosion in another team, but that goes to show, right? It goes to show the NFL in a nutshell, right? And how up and down the NFL season is, because you can be excited, right? You can be excited 1 week and then you get humbled the next week, and then you get absolutely beat down the following week after that, and then you get a win on a game that you probably had no business in winning. So like, it just goes to show you never know. You never know. So for the fans out there that feel like I'm so up and down when it comes down to the NFL, well, this is the product, right? The NFL is the product of the reasons why we are so up and down, because your mood can change from week to week. And we're celebrating Victory Monday today. So definitely cheers it up here for anybody out there that is probably at work watching this from school or whatever you're doing here today on this fine Monday morning. But this is a good win. This is a very, very good win here for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, there was a video posted here by Cameron Cox of 12, I think it's NBC, the local 12 channel here in Arizona. He's one of the reporters on the sports side, and he ended up posting a video with Monty Ossenfort in the tunnel, basically giving everybody dabs, right? Giving everybody handshakes, giving everybody hugs, right? Hugs for everybody. It just goes to show like how much a win is crucial for this team, right? People don't understand, man. People don't understand. I'm already seeing Cardinal fans out there. There's some people saying, "Oh, we got lucky. Oh, don't get used to this." Let's just celebrate, right? We don't get this very often. You never know, right? In 3 or 4 weeks, we're probably talking about the draft. You don't know. Or it could be the opposite. We're probably talking about the Arizona Cardinals, potentially winning the division. You never know, right? We got the Green Bay Packers, which we're going in Lambeau. I get it. It's not an ideal matchup, but it's the next one in our lineup. And on top of that, we got the a Monday Night Football game, which is our only primetime game of the year in the Chargers. But if the Cardinals can take care of business, man, we're back in it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in it. So have faith. Have faith, ladies and gentlemen. It's something that Cardinal fans aren't used to, me saying very much, but have some faith. I'm seeing Jonathan Gannon say the same things over and over again, but it's working, right? The wins that we've got were from two good division matchups this year. San Francisco 49ers obviously being the number one best win so far this year, and then the Rams, right? We pretty much put a chokehold on the Rams, so we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. So absolutely a huge upset and a very exciting upset here for the Arizona Cardinals. I want to go ahead and kind of chime into the thought of what Jonathan Gannon ended up saying post game. Now, like I said, if you guys saw my aftermath video, I do post a couple little clips on there pertaining to kind of what Jonathan Gannon said and also Kyler Murray. And it's very important for us to realize that the Arizona Cardinals, like, this win can be one of two things, right? This win can either be, oh, it's just another win and let's see what happens in Green Bay, right? That, or this win can be a potential catapult for this team. Because you be a potential playoff team, a potential team that could make it to the Super Bowl, right? I'm not sure if people are saying that anymore, but they were Super Bowl favorites, right? Coming out of the NFC. So the Cardinals came in here into Santa Clara and beat them. It's a good game. It's a great game, right? You never know. The NFL is so fickle. The NFL is so crazy that it can change from one week to the next. And so far, this week, we're celebrating the wins. And like I said before, we don't get these very often. So celebrate them where you can get them. I am seeing actually Kyler Murray. I think he actually posted something on his YouTube page. I'm not sure if you guys know, but Kyler Murray has a YouTube page now. Yeah. Kyler Murray's got a YouTube page now. So go check him out if you want to. But I want to take a look at Jonathan Gannon's presser after this game. And I'm going to do my a quick sharing of the screen here pretty soon. So bear with me while I bring this up. Where is it here? Here we go. Okay. I want to take a look here at Jonathan Gannon and what he said, and I want to kind of dissect it together because I feel like there was a lot of good things to take away from what Kyler Murray said and then also Jonathan Gannon. So let's go ahead and do a real quick screen share, and then let's get started here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right, let's get started. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Kick for a touchdown and the interception. Game kind of swung in their favor. But we battled, man. They were convicted at halftime. We talked about it all week, what kind of game it was going to be. We wanted to get to the fourth quarter and have a chance to win the game, and that's what we did. So, and if you look at the second half, off the top of my head, 3 takeaways by the defense, scoring drives by the offense, field goals, special teams. Blake hit the first 3 and out, a huge punt that flipped the field, which was huge for us.
That's not talked about enough. The fact that our kicker came in here and really had a good game, and special teams in general did really, really good today. Or I'm sorry, yesterday. They did really, really well for the Cardinals. Gillikin, the new kid that came around, the new kicker, Rylan, Man, that's not talked about enough, but they came in the clutch. And it's crazy because, like, we all knew that Matt Prater potentially could miss, but I don't think I really thought he was going to miss. And little did we know that he did, right?
I thought. So really all three phases, they stayed connected. They played well. Yeah, they were fired up. They were fired up. They know it's a good football team, and last week was not a good performance by us, and that they took that some type of way. But again, that's why I was convicted. You obviously never want to look in the past right now. I don't want to talk about that, Cam. But going into that week, we hung together. We took the arrow in the forehead. And we got to put all our energy and focus into San Fran. That's what we did. We had a really good week of practice.
Arrow in the forehead, ladies and gentlemen. Arrow in the. And here's the thing. I want to be very clear. The Cardinals could have lied down. The Cardinals could have said, oh, we're down 23-10. And Kyler Murray came out and said he was very frustrated. And I don't know if you noticed, but when the camera was panning over to Kyler Murray in that sweet man-made canopy, and there was really nice air, cool air coming his way, there was a lot of, I want to say anger, but Kyler Murray looked upset, right? And here's the thing. Kyler Murray does put his emotions on his sleeve, right? He does. And I think we know on this channel that he rides out his emotions on his sleeve. And the Cardinals could have, right? They could have laid down and said, oh, we're not going to win. We're down by 13 points. No, but they came up and they battled in the second half. We held the 49ers down to 0 points in the second half. That's definitely something to hang your hat on for sure.
Our captain stepped up leadership, I thought, this week, which was huge. All four of those guys. Dortch was instrumental this week with energy and focus. That's why he was the game captain. He's practicing his ass off. But we got a lot of good guys in that locker room, and the response was correct. Now we got to learn from it and move on to the next one.
Love it. Love it. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. I think the most important thing here that we got to learn is that, hey, this team can win. This team could win. And here's the thing. This team could have beat the Bills. This team could have beat the Lions. They could have. Now, we got whipped by the Commanders. But did you see the Commanders? The Commanders just whipped on the Browns. So, I mean, it's one of those things where the Cardinals are, we're in a good place right now. We really are. Did I see the Commanders being this good? No, I didn't. Kudos to them, right? Kudos to them. I mean, that's all I can really say about it. But the Commanders team seem to be the best team in the NFC East. We just, unfortunately, weren't ready for that. Let me give a huge shout out here to my guy, Trashboat. $5 donation. Thank you so very much for starting up the Super Chat train. Appreciate you. He says this. You called it at the round table. The last time you said we were going to lose, we won. You better have 3 pairs of sunglasses on your next live stream. GG's, Mike. That's funny. If you guys do not know, every Tuesday, so tomorrow at 6 p.m., search up the NFC West Roundtable. And yeah, I was pulling a little reverse psychology, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to pull a little reverse psychology last week. I said the 49ers were going to win. And here we go. The Cardinals win. So it's kind of one of those things where I was going to either say I was right or reverse psychology. So it worked out in my favor. So Trashboat, appreciate you obviously for tuning into the NFC West Roundtable. Thanks for the $4.99 donation. Absolutely appreciate it. Okay, so let's dive into the Kyler Murray, because I know there is also James Conner on here as well, but I want to be very clear that Kyler Murray came on here, and this is where he said he was frustrated. Check this out.
And the guys fought for 60 minutes. This league is really hard, and I was frustrated. Not with just the way we were playing first half. I felt like we were moving the ball well, and we just, the interception. We get the blocked field goal.
That interception, man. That interception from Kyler, and then Nick Bosa was just there. That was a crazy play. That was a crazy play. I don't think Kyler Murray saw him. Obviously, if Kyler Murray saw Nick Bosa there, he wouldn't have thrown the freaking ball, right? Obviously, I just don't think he saw him. I think the play was going to be some sort of a screen play to James Conner is almost what it looked like, but kudos to Nick Bosa for making a play, honestly. But as you can tell, right, it's not one of those things where like, oh, Mike is just crazy. He gets frustrated when this is not a winning season. This man is a franchise quarterback. He wants to win. He gets frustrated when things don't go his way. And rightfully so. Fans feel the same way. So that gives me a little bit of okay, I don't feel so bad about, being frustrated when we lose, because obviously Kyler Murray's frustrated too. And the way that the first half shook out, kind of the same thing happened. We scored in the first drive, but after that, all we were able to get was a field goal. Now, that could have been a touchdown from Trey McBride. Unfortunately, he ended up dropping it, and obviously the rest is history. So we were able to score points in the second half. That's the brilliant thing.
I feel like the score didn't represent how well we were moving the ball in the way we were playing. And like when I say this league is hard, the margin for error is very tight. And I feel like we were, not necessarily giving the game away, but we just weren't capitalizing on the opportunities we had when we got down there and putting the ball in the end zone. So that was frustrating. But for us to fight back, battle back, and end up, winning this game on the road against a great team is huge.
It is huge. Oh, it is absolutely massively huge. I think this was a really good win for the 2024 Arizona Cardinals, right? I want to be very, very clear. I think this is a very, very good win here for the 2024 Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray understands that this game could have got away from us, right? Jonathan Gannon understands that this game could have gotten away from us. There were crucial moments that happened in this game, whether it's that block field goal, crucial block field goal. They ended up taking it back to the house for a touchdown. That was a 7-point swing. That interception only equated to a field goal, but still, that was a 10-point swing on Cardinals. I wouldn't say mistakes, but things that we could have cleaned up, right? Things that we could have cleaned up. Now, the Cardinals did get their own good juju, good vibes, whatever you want to call it. We got 2 interceptions on Brock Purdy, and then that forced fumble on Jordan Mason. This defense came out. And showed out. So I always give a lot of, I don't want to say hate, but I give a lot of flack. I guess that's the best word I wanted to use. I gave a lot of flack over to this defense. And it's not the defense's fault per se. It's not Nick Rallis' fault per se as well. It's kind of Monty Ossenford in the front office for not addressing that edge position. I get it. Nobody thought that B.J. Ojulari was going to get hurt in the beginning of the season, right? We're all hoping and praying that Darius Robinson is coming back soon. Fingers crossed. But we are leaning very, very heavy on a rookie, which isn't fair to him, but it's kind of all we have. We do have $20 million in cap. I'm not sitting here and say, we need to get Hassan. I think the Hassan Reddick thing has kind of sailed in terms of what Cardinal fans want. I just want us to get somebody that's not on somebody's practice squad, right? Somebody that can cause pressure and wrap up a guy back there, right? The perfect man would probably would have been Matthew Judon. But obviously we can't do that anymore because he ended up getting taken. But maybe Azeez Ojulari. Maybe we can bring BJ Ojulari's brother in. I don't know. Bring somebody in that's going to be able to wrap up the QB, because Brock Purdy made us look all sorts of silly. He made us look. And it can get fixed. It can get clean. It's not like we weren't causing pressure. It's just we weren't able to wrap him up. And that's probably one of the biggest things, because Brock Purdy was dancing around almost like Kyler Murray dances around, and he ended up making crucial plays. Brandon Ayuk was the most effective player they had on that offense. I guess you can throw Brock Purdy in there as well, because he played a really good game, short of obviously those 2 interceptions, which were bat down by the Cardinals, and we were just in the right position to get those interceptions, right? But Brandon Ayuk was the most effective wide receiver they had. Deebo Samuel, I always feel like when we play the 49ers, Deebo Samuel does nothing. I don't know what it is. Deebo Samuel never does nothing. Like receiving. Sometimes he gets involved with his legs and then he can break something out like that, but he never really does anything against the Cardinals. Brandon Ayuk is always that X factor, and he was. It could have been Jennings too. Jawan Jennings is no slouch. It's just he didn't do very much. He didn't do very much for the 49ers either. Jordan Mason, no slouch. The Cardinals contained him. They did really, really good. So, there's things that the Cardinals did in this game that we should be proud of, right? Especially defensively. 2 interceptions, forced fumble and recovery. The Cardinals offense just needs to get right. That's it. Like, if the Cardinals offense gets right and we have a Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray connection, like we're all begging for, right? Screaming, come on, get right, get right. Then this team is going to be good. Good. And I'm not saying great. Let me be fair. I'm not saying great. I'm saying his team could be good, right? And good to me is 6-7 wins. We got to get this offense going. I don't understand why it's taking this long. I really don't. Like, I really don't understand why it's taking this long. But it's one of those things that need to happen because we cannot depend on this defense to do what they did, right? Because we already seen that in 2 games. We seen the defense actually help us win a game versus the 49ers, and they did that versus the Lions. They shut them out on the second half. The problem was this offense wasn't able to do anything. So, like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? That's the NFL. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You got the Rams at 1-4. You got the Cardinals at 2-3. You got the 49ers at 2-3. You got the Seahawks at 3-2. One win can change from the Cardinals being at the bottom of at the second division to the number 1. If the Cardinals take care of business in Lambeau and get a win, I don't care if it's an ugly win. Nobody cares at the end of the day. The only people that care is the people that already have a take down that they don't want to back off of, right? But to me, wins are more important. Get the W. Let's move on to the next. Let's see if we can take care of business here in Lambeau. That's the number one thing that's in my mind right now. Let me get to my guy Cardinals opinion. What's up, brother? Thank you so very much for the $1.99 donation. He says this: can we sign more edge to our defense to be better? Yeah, I mean, we can. It's just, is the front office going to do it, right? That's the question. I mean, yeah, we can. Because we got money to spend. It's just, this is something that I've been talking about since the beginning of the year. I think this front office is waiting to see what this Cardinals team is going to do, right? If the Cardinals somehow squeak out a win next week, right? And let's say the Cardinals go on a 2-game winning streak, right? And then we're 4-3, right? Let's just say we're living in that world. I think the Cardinals front office will then look and say, okay, this is a big need. Maybe when the trade deadline comes in here, we are now buyers, as opposed to maybe we're just not going to do anything. I think the Cardinals front office is waiting to see what this team is. There's no reason for the Cardinals or the front office to really do anything if the Cardinals are 1-4, or if they were going to be 1-4, right? There's no point. You just keep riding with what you have, call it a progression year, and go from there. But if the Cardinals somehow find a way to keep winning, and I get it, it's a big task, and I get it. There's some Cardinal fans out there saying, oh, we got lucky. Okay, well, a win's a win, regardless. If the Cardinals somehow win in Lambeau, that makes us at 500. That's 3-3. Got a Monday Night Football game, and then anything's on the table. Anything's on the table. So yes, to answer your question, can we sign more edge to our defense to be better? Yes, we can. It's just, I think this front office needs to see a little bit more, right? I think this front office needs to see a little bit more. But I mentioned this a little earlier, ladies and gentlemen. Did you guys notice? So there was a video being floated around, floating around X/Twitter. And I want to give a shout out here to Cameron Cox of Channel 12, local Arizona. He ends up putting something here on his X/Twitter page. Was where is it at? Here we go. It's Monty Ossenfort. I'm going to do a quick sharing of my screen here, by the way, so you guys can take a look what I'm talking about. Here we go. Let's just make this up here. Look at this. Is Monty Ossenfort. This is after the game. This is Monty Ossenfort. Look at that. This man's sweating. He's sweating. He's sweating, gave everybody high fives, handshakes. That's Nick Rallis right there, right? Look at the juice. Look at the excitement that this team has. And look at the excitement that Monty Ossenfort is bringing. Look at that. There's Jesse Luketa. Huge play by Jesse Luketa. Look at this, man. That's culture in a nutshell here, ladies and gentlemen. That's culture in a nutshell. This Cardinals can be a good team. It's just obviously they need to get the wins, right? They need to get the wins under their belt. My guy in the chat says Hassan Reddick would be nice, but probably too expensive. You also got to think of like Hassan Reddick has not played a snap this year, right? We don't know if he's in football shape either, right? So like the Hassan Reddick thing would have been nice like week 3. Now, yes, we're just going into week 6. That's the truth. So it's not like it's a big difference, but yeah, we don't know. We don't know if Hassan Reddick is going to be in football shape. We don't know. So like that's another thing to kind of keep your eye on, right? The fact that maybe, I mean, there's got to be somebody else. There's got to be somebody else out there. Now, if Darius Robinson comes in here and gives us mad sacks, then that's different, right? But we are leaning very, very heavy on what is Darius Robinson going to do. We're leaning very heavy on the rookie, but like I said, it's all kind of what we got at this very moment. Cardinals opinion, another super chat coming my way. Let me give you a DJ horn. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for another contribution. He says this, want more defensive players to stop the run. You know, the crazy thing is that, obviously you can't fault Monty for injuries. You can't, right? But the guys that we brought in were sold to us as Iron Man, right? It's almost kind of seems like, the moment the Cardinals, the moment these players taste a glimpse of what the taste the water here in Arizona, they all get hurt. I don't know what it is, right? Jonah Williams, hurt. And the last update that we got on Jonah Williams, it might be the season. We don't know. It's up in the air. Justin Jones, he was brought in to stop the run, got hurt. Bilal Nichols was brought in to stop the run. He's not really doing anything, right? He's not really doing anything of contention. No, like I said, this game versus Jordan Mason, we didn't stop the run, but we contained it. So maybe that's what we're looking for, just containment. So appreciate the super chat, Cardinals opinion. I agree. I do feel like this Arizona Cardinal defense can get better with just adding some money, right? Adding some talented players. Maybe the trade deadline. The Cardinals will be able to do it. But hey, it's Victory Monday, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals got it done. It was a 1-point victory, but boy, was it a good 1-point victory because it was on a division rival, and it was on a San Francisco 49er team that nobody gave us any chance to win this game, including myself. I'm not going to act like I'm not going to sit here and act like the Cardinals were going to win this game because I didn't think they were. I really didn't. But this is a good step in the right direction, right? Just how I felt very good about the Rams game, destroying them, beating them down. Now I feel really good about this team again. This is what you got to do. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. We all know this is not a Super Bowl team, right? But the number one thing that we need to see is progress. And boy, did we see progress so far. Cardinals opinion. My goodness, you are just super chanting it up today, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. All right. Well, appreciate another super chat. Thank you. How can we stop Josh Jacobs in Green Bay? I don't think Josh Jacobs is that great in Green Bay. I don't think he's having too great of a year right now. I think he's a good player. I just think that team is solely on what Jordan Love can do, right? That's what I think that team is solely on what Jordan Love can do. Or actually, now looking at Josh Jacobs' stats for the year, honestly, it's not bad. He's actually having a pretty good season. Not really, pretty good season. 90 carries, 402 yards, 1 touchdown. Averages 4.5 yards a carry. Close to 5. That's actually not bad. But, I mean, they don't depend on him to tote the rocket, though. He only got 1 touchdown under his belt for the year. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this like I said before. I don't think any Cardinals fans should expect stopping a specific runner. Don't expect that. Don't expect the Cardinals to shut down a run. Don't expect it. But what we can do is try to contain, right? What we can do is try to send a defensive look that gives us a edge up, right? Whether an interception, forced fumble, what have you, right? That's all we can really kind of depend on. I agree. The Cardinals defense, especially that defensive line, stopping the run, the edge is a very, very concern for you, for me. It's just, I think we need to get more wins in order for this front office to do something. So I don't think we're going to stop Josh Jacobs. I really don't. But maybe we can contain him. Illadre, what's up, buddy? Appreciate the super chat, man. He says this, Rabbit played very good. Facts. Oh, absolutely. Facts. Yeah. We saw Dadrian Taylor Demerson come in. The play that Jalen Thompson needed to step out just for a little bit. And he looked good. Yeah, he looked good. When it comes down to our safeties, I think we're all very, very we all love Buddha, right? We all love Buddha Baker. We're going to need to see what the Cardinals decide to do. It's going to be very interesting to see how they play this out because Buddha Baker is on a contract year, doesn't have any guaranteed money this year. If the Cardinals are not good, right, then some people said that maybe the Cardinals would be sellers. But I don't know. Keep winning, and we don't have to have that problem, right? But I agree. I'm glad that we have a guy like Rabbit that played very good, that has got some really good upside because, hey, maybe he could be the safety of the future, right? I want the Cardinals to keep Buddha personally, but I get it. It's a business at the end of the day. It's going to be a business decision that Monty in this front office is going to need to establish. So, yeah, really good looks here for sure. Really good looks here from Rabbit for sure. Got my guy in the chat says we need more consistency. Absolutely. Oh yeah. I don't think I'm not coming out here and saying the Cardinals are Super Bowl or even playoff bound. No, I'm not. I think that's obviously situational football. Their kicker going down in Jake Moody could have been a different game, right? Because they were forced to go on a 4th and 23. They were forced because they didn't have a kicker that was going to be able to get that kick in, that field goal in. So they were forced to go for that 4th and long, like really long. But it's one of those things, right? We had injuries too. We didn't have Garrett Williams. We didn't have Matt Prater, right? We still don't have production from our other first-round pick. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. So yeah, I definitely do think that we need consistency for sure. So I do have some people in the chat saying that we're going to open up the phone lines. Yes, we are absolutely going to open up the phone lines. We're going to go ahead and save it maybe for the last 15 minutes of the show. So stay tuned. In about 7 to 8 minutes, we're going to be opening up the phone lines. Right now, we're just focusing on the chat, continuing the podcast, continuing to talk back and forth, and we will be opening up the phone lines. I want to hear from what you guys have to say and how this win changed your mind about the 2024 Arizona Cardinals. Got my guy in the chat says, win's a win. Facts. We got my guy in the chat saying, Jacob ain't doing too great. That's the thing. I don't think Jacob's doing too great either. But, I mean, looking at his stats is not bad. In terms of him getting touchdowns, he's only got 1 rushing touchdown under his belt. 400 yards is nothing to sneeze at. What is James Conner at right now? Let me take a look at James Conner right now. Well, James Conner's at 379 right now. Wow, okay. So James Conner's at 379 right now. So Jacobs is actually has more rushing yards than James Conner has right now. Interesting. I didn't see that coming. Okay. But we do got 3 touchdowns for James Conner. And we're still averaging about 4.6 yards a carry with James Conner. So, yeah, we'll see. A lot of big questions heading into the offseason for sure. Zay Jones plays football Sunday. Yes. Let's not forget. Please, let's use Zay Jones. Please. I love Greg Dortch. I really do. I think Greg Dortch is a fantastic player. And I'm glad he's going to be with the Cardinals for foreseeable future, right? But I want to see what this offense can look like with another big wide receiver potentially in the slot. I think that is going to change the way the Arizona Cardinals offense can work, right? We need a wide receiver or 2 weapons to go off in a game for the Cardinals to win. And we saw McBride do that in Michael Wilson. Good for Michael Wilson, man. Seriously, good for Michael Wilson. He actually played really, really well. Got some really good contested catches. Looked very good. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler is not there yet. The consistency is not there yet. It's unfortunate. It's a shame. But let's just hope and pray that, they're going to get there. Hopefully one day. Timothy says Marvin needs to start producing. Well, I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. already has what, 3 or 4 touchdowns on the season? I mean, it can't always be Marvin. It can't always be. I know Marvin Harrison Jr. right now is getting a lot of flack. It's an accumulation of both. It's not just Marvin Harrison. It's game plan. It's Kyler not throwing the ball to him. But I mean, that's also one of those things too. And also he's 22. He's 22 years old. Right now, he's got 279 yards right now, 4 touchdowns, 17 receptions. He's going to get better, y'all. Have patience. And that's the thing. I'm not used to the one saying have patience, but have patience. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be fine. He's got close to 300 yards, 279 to be exact, 4 touchdowns on the season. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Let's keep it with the chat. Marvin Harrison Jr. had a big play yesterday. Exactly. And that's the thing. People are going to look at the stats, right? They're going to look at the stats and say, oh, he's not producing. But Marvin Harrison Jr. had one of the most clutch catch in that game. The fourth and we needed it, right? The fourth and we needed to have it. Who was there? Marvin. Huge catch. And that's when Kyler Murray literally just chucked it up in the air. And who was there? Marvin Harrison Jr. to make that catch. He's making good catches. We gotta be patient. Slow the roll a little bit. If Zay looks good with Lawrence, he should look good with Kyler. I like that. Marvin Harrison Jr., without him yesterday, we lose. Bam! Thank you, RV. RV. Yeah, I agree. Nelson says Will Hernandez is done for the season. Yes, unfortunately, we talked about that a little earlier in the stream. Already addressed it. It's very, very unfortunate. I'm curious to figure out what this Arizona Cardinal team is going to do to maneuver a world without Will Hernandez. Yeah. Our trenches have been decimated this year. Right tackle, now right guard, and then, of course, the defensive line. We're just getting injuries left and right. It's not cool. It's not cool. Football gods hate us, apparently. Let's see here. Yep, completely forgot about Zay Jones. Yes, Zay Jones is supposed to be coming back this week. He had a 5-game suspension. We already got those 5 games out of the way, and now we got another wide receiver that can play slot, that can play on the outside. And there was an interview that Zay Jones came out and said that he actually was primarily in the slot in college, so he can play it very well. It's just that when he's came to the NFL, he was moved to the outside. So maybe we're living in a world where Zay Jones splits carries or splits reps with Dortch, right? Maybe we have a big-bodied wide receiver in the slot. That would be nice. That would be cool. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Zay Jones can do with this Arizona Cardinal offense. Okay, let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to jump on, it's super simple. That's it. All you need to do is click on the link that I post here on the chat. Super, super simple. Nothing crazy, but all you need to do is click on the link. I'm posting the link right now. This is going to be the last part of the segment of this Happy Victory Monday. Appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. Appreciate all the super chatters, by the way. So jump on in. The link has been posted. Come on in if you do want to chime in and let us know about how you feel about the 2024 Arizona Cardinals and what this win means for you. Link has been posted. Come on in if you want to. So for the people out there, I think we had a guy named Jesus wanted to jump on. A couple other people wanted to jump on. So jump on through and let us know how you are feeling about the 2024 Arizona Cardinals. And while we wait, we will... Okay, we already got a couple people coming on. Okay, let's start off here. Let's get Joe, and then Soul, you're next. So Joe, you are live. Wait, Joe's not there anymore. Let's bring Soul. Soul Pancakes, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the 2024 Arizona Cardinals?
You used to play older games.
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Hey, can you see me?
Yes, can see you and hear you.
I can't tell if I'm on here or not. That's the reason why, because I think you changed the streaming service or whatever. Okay, all right. I'm just trying to get on the same page because I was walking around like, I wonder if you can see me or not. So yesterday's game was something that was much needed. Obviously, we did need for not only for the defense to step up like it did, which they've been getting a lot of flack for, and I don't blame them for that. I mean, they haven't been producing like the way they should, with the exception of like the Detroit Lions game in the second half. and
Right.
then you also have the game against, I believe, the game was I just know that like the defense has been getting a lot of flack, and for all the flack they've been given, they gave up 16 points, which is great, to an offense that has ran all over this Cardinals defense for like years now.
Yeah.
And the other person that I would like to give kudos to is like I know a lot of people are talking smack about Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't understand that. When the guy runs his routes like he should, and he's getting open like he should be getting open, that's all you can ask from him. When they said that he had his best game last week against the Washington Commanders, he didn't have as many catches that people want him to have to be able to like justify those type of that type of like, hey, he had a great performance. You got to watch all 22 to see how this guy is getting open. And once we get that connection to the outside, like I've been saying for a long time, he's your get up and get it guy. He's your Kyler. Just throw it up to him, give him a chance. He'll box the person out. He'll high point the ball. Look what happened. Fourth and 5. Kyler Murray just off his back foot throws it up in the air.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. comes down with it, and that was the game. That pretty much told us whether we were going to win this game or we're going to lose this game. That doesn't get completed, then you don't have a game at all.
100%. Yeah, I agree. Are you feeling better about the 2024 Cardinals, or are you just it's one game? Let's see what else happens.
It's one game at a time. That's the way we got to see it, because I know that this fan base in this community, when we go through losses, we feel like the world is falling apart.
Yeah.
When we go through wins, we feel like we're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're
True.
very black and white. I've mentioned that so many times. I try to tell people just stay even keeled. Take this as a one game at a time situation, and evaluate that game on its own, so that way we can know what needs to be better and what needs to be worse. I do feel like a lot of people, and I have to give you some credit because you have been holding Kyler Murray accountable when you had to. If he doesn't have a good game, at the very least, you point that out. I think he's starting to listen a little bit about like the criticism that he's receiving.
I agree.
And due to that criticism, he may be looking himself and looking at the film, thinking to himself, well, it's not just like my team around me. It's also I have to also play better and play well. And there's an interesting stat. The Cardinals have the fourth best pass blocking efficiency, the fourth best in the NFL, and they're the 11th. They allowed the 11th least pressures in the NFL, this offensive line. So when you do see this offensive line break down, it's not like, hey, that's all that ever happens. Let's not exaggerate, people. If you watch other teams and other offensive lines from other quarterbacks who are elite that have to deal with offensive lines as well, there's going to be pressure that's going to be allowed. That's just how the NFL is built.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Soul, appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for jumping on. Appreciate it, brother. Later. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's get RV Davey up in here. RV Davey, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling, RV?
Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was an ugly game to watch yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought at halftime I wasn't gonna watch the rest of the game, but I stuck it out and watched the remaining game, and I thought, well, Kyler was kind of a little bit off. His passes were kind of going overboard a little bit, kind of like the last game. But then again, he turned it around.
Yeah.
We got some little bit of consistency. Of course, that's going to be a big thing, getting that consistency to follow through for the rest of the season. I don't expect the team, of course, to go to a Super Bowl. I'm still looking at 6 or 7 wins just because we have such a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Look at I can't believe the tough schedule we have.
It's brutal. It is. What do you think about the 2024 season? So you think 6 and 7 wins are still attainable, right?
I'm hoping for 7 or 8, to be realistic.
Me too.
And I'm in a skilled nursing right now, so I'm just trying to heal. I've got infections in my feet. I'm
Oof.
diabetic.
Oh my goodness.
So
I hope speedy recovery for you, RV.
yeah, I'm trying to buy a house currently to get myself out of living full time out of an RV. So
Gotcha. Okay. I thought that was just a nickname. So RV Davies. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
right. So $300,000 to buy a house is really extensive for me, But that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do, and so far it's looking good. So if I can get myself into a roof over my head, I can take care of better take better care of myself and watch more football games
Love it.
and
Love it.
and sports in the overall. So, but yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm looking at the Cardinals and I'm thinking it's not as bad as I thought.
Yep.
And San Fran. They look at they're what are they? They're sitting at the same record we're sitting at.
2
The
and 3.
Rams are what?
But the thing is that they're 0-2 in the division. We're 2-0. So we got that going for us, which is definitely cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
So now Seattle, I'm kind of hoping Seattle kind of falls a little bit by the wayside.
Yeah, they'll fall off. I'm not worried about
But
them.
yeah, and
All right.
and then with Kyler getting some more consistency, it's too bad we lost Hernandez yesterday. I'm
Yeah.
really
Very,
sorry to
very
see that.
100%.
I'm hoping we could get Robinson in there.
Agree. We'll see what happens. Maybe this week we'll hear something. But Davey, I'm gonna let you go. I got a couple other people who want
Yeah,
to jump on.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
See you later.
much.
All right, let's keep it going here. Let's bring in Jesus. Jesus, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, Jesus. How are you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals in 2024? Let's see if this works. Jesus, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Talk to me. How you feeling?
Hi, Mike. So I'm not the biggest Kyler believer, and that's okay. That's okay. We don't all have to believe in the same person, but credit to him. The defense, everybody did their part. He was able to overcome the mistake. He brought the team back to get the big win. But I want to see, like everybody's saying, consistency, because we've seen this before.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. I know we were talking. You still with me, right? You still there? You still there, Jesus? Okay, I think we might have lost him. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's go with JK. Let's go with JK. JK, you are live on the AC Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling? Where are we going here? Here we go. JK, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, Mike, what's going on, man?
Good, chilling.
Happy Cardinals win. Happy Cardinals, man! I can't believe we got the win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that I'm impressed with our 2 wins. The 2 wins that we got are 2 divisional wins. It's like crazy. I know we need more wins down the road, but that's 2 divisional wins. Imagine if we beat the Seahawks and we get the 3rd one. Oh man, I'm gonna be so happy. Another thing I wanted to point out too, and not to like ruin any parade or anything, but I'm sick of the media, man, talking about the Niners, how they lose instead of how we win. I want to hear about our players. I want to hear about James Conner, everything. But no, it's just, well, this is how Purdy lost, and how can he get better? It's like, I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. What about next week's game? How do you feel about next week's? I know. So this is our moment to celebrate, but I'm curious.
Honestly, like I look at the Green Bay Packers, and I do think it's a winnable game. Now, the couple different factors to obviously play, right? I would rather have the Green Bay Packers now as opposed to in December. That's factual. It's just it's going to be a Jordan Love game. I think that Jacobs is a really good running back. Personally, I just don't think that they are. Like, depending on that run game, it's going to be just a high-flying game. I don't know. You know me, man. I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm going to say the Cardinals are going to, especially after this.
Yeah.
If we lost this game, then we wouldn't be as excited, right? But that's the NFL. Like, week by week, you never know. And
no, you don't.
Right now, we're all working on a high. We're all living on this high. So, you know me. I always got the Cardinals winning, brother.
I also wanted to agree with you how you were saying how you can't talk to people who are always talking crap about Kyler. I was mad at him that week, but next week I'm like, Kyler's still, at the end of the day, Kyler's still our quarterback. So go Cards.
That's a difference. Yeah, that's a difference between the Cardinal fans that like it almost kind of feels like there's some Cardinal fans that like they have a take and they want to take it to the grave. It's okay to change. It's fine. We're all Cardinal fans at the end of the day. We want success. We want to win. Like that's the most important thing. Regardless if it's Kyler, regardless if it's another quarterback, we want a Super Bowl. We don't care who it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, JK. I'm gonna let you go, brother.
All right, man. You take care.
All right, man. Peace out.
Yeah. Peace out.
All right, let's bring out. We got Austin here. Jesus, if you want to try to click on one more time, I apologize that we weren't able to hear you. Try it one more time if you can. I apologize that you were booted off, but we couldn't hear you. So if you want to try again, definitely let me know. But let's bring Austin up. Austin, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the 2024 Cardinals? All right, okay, I'll let you go. Can you hear me, Austin?
Oh, what's up? Well, my bad. I was watching on my TV, so I was a little behind.
No, you're good, brother. No worries, man. How you feeling?
But I'm feeling good, man. I was at a bar yesterday watching, and there was 49er fans right in front of me, so I was feeling good.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
but I'm gonna be honest with you. I had money line on FanDuel on the Niners. I didn't think we could do it, but so, but I mean, we got to keep this energy going into the Packers and Green Bay, and just keep it going the rest of the season. I mean, I don't know if we can make the playoffs just because of our roster and Will Hernandez, with the
Yeah.
injury. He's entering injury. But yeah, I was with you on Mike and Justin Mythic AZ. I was with you guys on us losing, but that was a great game.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
glad that
agree. But that's the
came in
thing too.
clutch defense.
We're gonna have Cardinal fans, like including myself. I didn't think we were gonna win. I'm not gonna lie. I was disappointed. But winning this game, it gives me a little bit of hope for Green Bay. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, it does for sure. I mean, Green Bay barely beat the Rams, so I mean, and we
Yeah.
blew them out. So
True. Oh yeah. One last question for you, Kyler. How are your thoughts on Kyler?
I think it's good. I think he played a great game, and that's what we need to see against the Niners. So a lot of people were hating on him against last week for how bad he played. I mean, he didn't even really play that bad um, against the
Come here.
Commanders. I mean, he really didn't play that game. I was actually at that game too. That was so depressing to watch.
I could
It
only
was,
imagine. I could
I,
only
I,
imagine.
it was hard to watch. I kept looking down like I look right up next play. Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah,
doesn't help that it's just when you're looking, it's like 27 to something. It doesn't help
yeah.
that. So
It,
Austin,
it
I'm gonna
was
let you go, brother. Thanks,
yeah.
man.
I was
Appreciate you.
actually I was at the Rams game, and I was also at the Lions game too. So
How was the turnouts for the opposing? Were there a lot of fans of the opposing teams on all of them?
oh my God, man, there were so many Commanders fans. There were so many Lions fans. It was a sold out crowd for the Lions game, and it was packed.
That's
So
crazy. All right, Austin,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, man. Appreciate you,
All
brother.
right, peace out, man.
Later, man.
Have a good one.
Peace.
All right,
All
peace.
right. I mean, as you can tell, man, that there's excitement, y'all. There's excitement in the air, and it's so funny, right? Well, it's not funny, but it's one of those things where, like, I'm telling you, like, one win can change the trajectory of a season. I know there's still some Cardinal fans out there that are saying, it was just a lucky win, but like the people win. Like this is how the NFL, like this is how you get wins. You got to learn how to get those ugly wins under your belt, and the Cardinals did that. It's 1 point, but still, at the end of the day, it's a win in the win column and not the loss column. So we'll take it. We're 2-3 right now. Got the Green Bay Packers coming our way. They don't look too impressive to me, but like I said, situational football. It all depends on these explosive plays. Are we able to get it? Is our defense able to force a turnover, fumble, interception, right? If that's the case, our offense needs to pick up the pace, because if our offense gets going, then I think our team can be from good to dang, let's freaking go. It's just we're just waiting right now for our offense to kind of get it together. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be closing up shop. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for all the super chatters that obviously chimed in and donated your hard-earned money. I absolutely do appreciate it. I want to give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the video before we close up shop. BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on your next two. Using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up will get you this great bonus. And if I can remember correctly, the Cardinals were plus 285 on the money line this last weekend. So if anybody took advantage of that, hopefully you guys are enjoying a nice steak meal dinner. If not, no worries. I'll keep you guys updated with all the money lines as the season goes on. So if you feel like there's going to be a big upset, BetUS is the way to go. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cardinals.